Exciting to see all of you on here with us. We're so happy you could join us for our Knowledge is Power Hour. Basically, I just want to give you an overview. This is a place where we can help people with their overall health, share insights as we grow together, use our gifts and our talents to create a difference in this world. And, you know, the world is kind of crazy right now, so this might be very important that we're doing this at this time. And or just to be with positive people. And I think that's very important as well. So Liz and Adrian and I truly feel that we're creating a movement here and that we can impact many lives. So each week, we would love it if you would invite others to join us during this health group on Monday nights. A little bit about myself before I turn it over to Liz. I've been helping people restore and optimize their health for over 30 years now. My degrees are in nutrition and dietetics, cardiac rehabilitation, and exercise physiology. And I've had the privilege of working with major medical minds all over the world that truly believe as I believe, and that's that the body has the ability to heal itself when given the proper nutrition. And my passion is definitely servant driven. I love helping people and being able to share what I've learned with people in need of transformation or people that just want to pass the information on and join our mission. So it just feeds my soul. So
right.
I'm happy to be here with y'all.
Oh, great. Thank you, Deb. Well, for all of you, for those of you that don't know me, my name's Liz Geeslin, and I'm a personal chef. I've been a personal chef now for 17 years, morphed into that after 35 years training horses. And I built my chef business around healthy home cooking. And as I got older and took more charge of my own health, and now have learned so much more from other people that I've surrounded myself with, as far as looking at amazing holistic ways to improve our vitality and the length of our life and living a full, healthy life. And just like Deb said, where we can learn how to help our bodies heal themselves and keep them as they're such amazing machines. So with this, I want to share with you that our topic tonight is love your liver. And I'd like to now introduce you to, it's my pleasure to introduce you to my dear friend, Adrienne Gerard, who's also a dear friend and business partner. And she's going to go through a nice, wonderful group of slides that she's put together and given us some really great information on this topic.
Thank you, Liz. And hello, everyone. So I'm outnumbered. I'm here in Connecticut, and nice to meet all of you. I'm so pleased that you could be here with us tonight. Liz, so I am a registered nurse with a master's in holistic nutrition, but by day I work with rare disease patients in the biotech area. So I have a deep appreciation for what good health looks like and how blessed we are that most of us have that, right? We don't have, most of us don't have a fatal disease. So anyway, I have put together a little slide deck that came from a talk that we all had the privilege of hearing a few weeks ago from Dr. Rouse at Modexis, and you'll hear more about him in a moment. Liz, I'm going to start sharing my screen. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's see how we do with this. Okay, share. Let me see. Let me know if you see my screen.
Yep, we can see it.
Okay, so now I'm trying to switch slides. Oh, please don't tell me we're going to freeze. If this happens, Liz, you may have to project the slides.
Okay.
Well, we can see it down the side anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, but even my glasses won't help with that.
I'm going to try glasses too.
Liz, let me try.
Sometimes if you put the mouse on the slide and advance the first one, then it will pick up from there.
Let's try that. Open to suggestions, back to share.
You could also hit slideshow.
Let's see if that will
at the top, and that will bring it full picture.
So I usually do it at the bottom. Where do you do it at the top?
See a top in the middle? It's a slideshow on the toolbar. Right in the center of the screen.
Yeah, nothing is clicking, unfortunately, Liz. Liz, you're going to have to put them up. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Okay, so do I just need to go to my deck and open it?
Yep.
Okay, all
And
right.
then I'll just tell you when to switch. Of course, that would happen tonight.
No, it's fine.
This
That's
is
right.
part of the
We're all
learning
friends here. This
experience.
is right. It's all
Yeah.
part of it.
No,
Thank you for being patient.
Sure.
It's fine.
This
Okay,
is
just so
learning.
long as I don't, okay, so let's see, where did I put that? Oh, I put it in this file here. I'll get it. We're gonna do it, guys.
Everybody thought that learning was from the brain, but it's from the liver. See, we just,
Right. Oh, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna get them from the, because I downloaded them.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Yeah, bless you.
Okay, and so can I do it probably right from here, Adrian?
You
Probably.
should be able to.
Okay. Oh, now, you guys can't see my screen yet, right?
Not yet.
no, we can see your
No.
face.
You can see me looking around. Okay, it's all right. Okay, good. I'm getting it open now. I'm gonna wait till it's open and then, so Adrian, then I'm gonna do the slides and you're gonna talk?
Yeah, I'll just tell you when to go to the next slide.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for your patience. Everybody can get popcorn now. It's okay. And it takes a little while to load because of course Zoom, it takes up so much power. So it's opening up.
Technology.
I know, it's the technology. Yes, you have to see them. It's a
We have
beautiful.
to be thankful for it, otherwose we wouldn't be here.
That's
Oh,
good.
Right.
That's right. It's a virtual
Absolutely.
world.
It's coming.
This reminds
Okay.
me of dial-up days.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. I remember those.
Oh,
Okay, let's see.
you
Okay.
got mail.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
You got mail.
Okay.
Oh, I like that.
It was
This is the
good.
first time I sat all day, so this
Okay,
is
sorry.
perfect.
Okay.
Sit here. Oh,
Okay, here we
happy
go.
Monday.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to Zoom.
So question is, you obviously have all these slides, right?
Yes.
Okay, and obviously we're hoping that they're really important information on these slides, right?
Yeah.
Is
We
there
hope
any
so.
way that we could get these slides without taking notes?
Absolutely. I was going to say that, Steve. Thank you. So don't worry about taking notes because this deck will be available to anyone who would like it. If you find it of value to you, just let Liz know and she'll shoot it over to you.
Okay,
that's
so-
great. That way we can pay attention to you rather than writing.
Yay, thanks
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
Oh,
so,
Liz, here we go.
Here we go.
okay, so here's what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to figure out though, Adrian, how to get it.
Share screen and then you click on the deck. There you go. And
I'm
then
here.
go to now.
Okay, so, and I just gonna click it to each.
Can you go to slide show at the top so that it shows the whole screen?
Do I want to go from current, do I want to go present on custom?
See where, yeah, so
See, I'm so, which one?
Just do it from beginning, Liz.
Okay,
yeah,
There you go.
that's probably,
If you take
there we
your-
go.
there we go.
Okay, everybody, look at that slide.
All right.
Liz, you are amazing.
That's a good looking
You're
slide.
Now, do you
making me
think I
hungry,
just need
though,
to
with all that
click?
fruit.
Okay, all right.
So
So do
now
I
that
just-
you,
Do I click and then it'll go to the next slide?
or the arrow down will be next.
Where's that?
See down on your
Oh, I
keyboard.
see down there. I see it. I got it.
Okay.
I got this,
All right.
guys.
Okay, so before we get started, thank you, Steve. I did want to tell everyone that yes, this deck is available to anyone who finds value in it. Just ask the person who invited you to this little Zoom call, and we'll be happy to get it to you. As well as most of the content you will see in these slides came from a recent talk by Dr. Rouse. We'll talk more about who he is in a moment. And if you would like the original recording of the actual talk where we took this information, we can also get that to you if that would be of help. Okay, Liz, next.
Next slide.
Thank you.
So today as you know, we're going to talk about Love Your Liver. And so I thought this was kind of interesting that the liver does more than 500 functions that have been identified and many, many more. And so a very healthy liver is vital to good health and longevity. which I think most of us here tonight are probably interested in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we are.
So here we have, courtesy of Wikipedia, a picture of where your liver lives. So it's kind of interesting. And I'm a nurse, but I'm always trying to visualize, where is the spleen? Where is the gallbladder? So you take a peek here and you see the liver. So what's so cool and interesting, I had no idea that a healthy liver weighs on average, and I'm saying healthy, around 3 pounds.
Yeah, that's
So
big.
that's a pretty big organ. And as we'll learn, and as you may already know, it's vital in detoxification, in the immune system, which is really of high interest right now for most of us. So without a functioning or a highly functioning liver, most people will not survive.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm. It looks bigger than the stomach.
Oh, yeah.
It is in most cases, which is crazy.
Wow.
So what is the purpose of the liver? The liver has so many jobs, it's amazing. These are only some of the many. So the liver makes bile, which is a digestive enzyme that breaks down fats. So if we're having trouble digesting fatty foods, chances are your liver is a little congested and probably needs some attention. The liver also makes our master antioxidant, glutathione. And glutathione will be one of the main things we talk about this evening, but that's where it is made in the body. The liver also metabolizes, besides fats, carbohydrates, and proteins. And it's in charge of blood sugar. So a healthy, unburdened liver is very important if you are interested in having good blood sugars. Interestingly, the liver stores nutrients like vitamin A, B, E, K, and B12, and other minerals like iron. And most of those vitamin nutrients that you see listed there, interestingly, are fat soluble. The A and the K and the E anyway. So the liver is in charge of your nutrient balance. It carries out all detoxification in the body from any assault, real or perceived. And it is directly responsible for drug metabolism, which is actually detoxification, because our liver recognizes most drugs, or doesn't recognize most drugs, and sees them as a target to detox ASAP.
Okay.
So glutathione in your liver. Glutathione plays an important role in the liver, and it greatly affects how the liver functions. And 30% of the blood that's pumped through the body by the heart is sent to the liver. And the liver needs that much blood to get the processing gone, to clear out toxins and stores of nutrients. And it's wearing a lot of hats, keeping everything copacetic in a healthy person. Mainly, glutathione is essential for antioxidant support, as we mentioned, detoxification, immune support, skin brightening and wrinkles, and sports nutrition.
Okay.
So why do we call glutathione the master antioxidant? A few of the reasons why: it not only neutralizes the free radicals by itself, but it also has the ability, and I didn't even know this till recently, to reactivate other antioxidants such as vitamin C and vitamin E. It recycles them. After antioxidants like vitamin C and vitamin E neutralize the free radicals, however, they become unstable themselves. So here, glutathione will recycle these unstable molecules and return them to active duty, extending their abilities to scavenge for and neutralize other oxidants attacking us. So this process is called detoxification. The liver and detoxification, and this is something I only recently learned in Dr. Rouse's talk about the liver, that there are actually 2 phases in detox, phase 1 and phase 2. And so during phase 1, the glutathione produced by the liver is used to actually bind up or tie up the toxins which create more free radicals. And then during phase 2, which is for drugs, toxins, alcohol, and so on, an additional amount of glutathione is required to deal with those, produced in stage 1 of the process. If there's insufficient glutathione for stage 2, you're left with very toxic free radicals in your body that cannot be ushered out where they need to go, out.
When you say drugs,
Yes, any drugs, any prescription drugs, the liver recognizes them as foreign threats. Even if they're good for us and for a current condition, the liver is detoxing those drugs.
Wow.
The liver and hangovers, this is a little fun and a little tongue-in-cheek. So alcohol, as we know, is a known substance over time that can do irreversible damage to our liver. And this is primarily because of insufficient glutathione for the stage 2, the detox process. So it's staying in your system. So when you ingest too much alcohol, not that any of us on this call would, and get a hangover, but just in case you know someone,
no
let
comment.
them know, just tell them that's because your phase 2 is sluggish. So they have insufficient glutathione and they're not able to get rid of the metabolic breakdowns of the alcohol. So something to understand, obviously, like with most things and hormones, etc., we have an abundance of this when we are younger. And as we get older, we have less and less to do the job. And if we're adding alcohol, we're getting toxins from the environment, from processed foods. There's assaults everywhere coming at us, and we have less and less glutathione to deal with that. It can be a problem.
Yeah.
So here I'd like to introduce you to our Modexis hero, Dr. Charlie Rouse. Dr. Charlie Rouse is a doctor in naturopathic medicine, and he's a founder of the Modexis Product Review Council. He's a registered pharmacist and pharmacologist and a product formulator, as well as the owner and operator of the Medicine Man Corner in Albany, Georgia. I think, how long has that been for, Deb?
I think he's had his practice for about 15 years, but he's been a formulator of products for over 30.
Okay, so he has been making some of these formulations and trying all these things for years, and it's a huge blessing that we have him. And anything that we're trying, he's tried as well. He has a weekly podcast. He helps people restore their health. He's also an author, an international speaker who's been formulating natural supplements for over 30 years, along with his commitment, which we all love, do no harm.
Yeah.
So that's the man behind the formulations. So Dr. Rouse has 2 dream formulations of recent. We're going to talk about his #1 formulation, dream formulation tonight, and it's here on the slide. The items that are bold are the ones that we're going to touch on tonight. If you want to dig deeper, see more, read more, again, get back to us and we'll help you with that. But this, we just want to get to a conversation with this.
Okay. Go ahead and move on, Adrian.
Yes, please.
Okay.
So #1 in the formula is Lonicera corella. And I got to tell you, this is only available through Modexis. It's rich in vitamins. It's the next superfruit. And it's the foundation of everything that we are doing. And so of all the things I'm going to show you tonight, some of them you can get elsewhere individually or in combination, but nothing else will you find on the market that will have this unique item in it. You can see that it was studied at Dalhousie University in Canada, and it has shown to support anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer, anti-diabetic, neuroprotective, cardioprotective, and antioxidant properties. So I don't know what else we could look for in something in our formula, but I agree with Dr. Rouse on this one. Yeah. So milk thistle for years, for over 2,000 years, has been used to treat liver disorders. And silymarin is the main compound in milk thistle and has been shown to actually trigger liver cell regeneration, which is so exciting because years ago when Florence Nightingale and I went to nursing school, they told us that the liver never regenerates. But we're learning that that's actually not true. And if you give the liver some help, it can actually regenerate. And you don't actually even need an entire liver to function, to be healthy. And in fact, with liver transplants of today, frequently they're only transplanting a piece of a liver, not an entire liver, and it gets
Wow.
done. So very exciting things happening there. But and in addition to this, milk thistle also increases glutathione levels, the master antioxidant that we are going to get to. Okay, Liz, yeah. Another of our secret ingredients, or not so secret ingredients in our formulation, is Centramin, which is a freeze-dried mineral, I can't even see behind anything there. It's colloidal minerals, but they come from plants. And so they're highly absorbable and usable by humans, which would be us, okay? So it will help increase the nutritional value of processed foods, dietary supplements, other beverages. The colloidal plant minerals are kosher certified. They've been sold in 40 countries, and they have an 80-year track record of potency and purity. So I like the track record, and I'm kind of happy it's in the formula.
Mm-hmm.
The maki berry is another powerful superfruit. So this particular formula that we're talking about has two powerful superfruits in it. And it's a type of a blueberry as well. And it's touted as a remedy for several conditions, including, I don't know if you know anybody with rheumatoid arthritis or high cholesterol. In addition, maki is purported to protect against a number of inflammatory related diseases, which includes diabetes and dry eye. Dry eye will be for another night, but pretty awesome potential here.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So in the formulation, Dr. Rouse has put cetria, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. It's a glutathione that is patented, and it is highly, highly absorbable. And so glutathione, so here it's called L-glutathione or reduced glutathione, and superior to any other glutathiones you're going to find on the market based on the following. It's clinically been studied to increase blood glutathione levels and support the immune system. So we have to be careful when we look at glutathione products in the market or marketed on here Amazon here and there, to be sure. It's very hard to get glutathione through the stomach into the blood system due to the delivery system. So many of those you're just swallowing it and it's never making it to your liver.
Mm-hmm.
A pure and safe material and an assay value of 98% to 101%, which coming from the pharma world is totally unheard of. Produced by an innovative fermentation process. It contains no additives, artificial flavors, preservatives, no animal origin whatsoever. It meets the specific USP monograph. It meets the Japanese pharmacopoeia. It's GMP compliant, on and on and on. It's just a super perfect selection that Dr. Rouse has chosen. So here we see the entire formulation. It's called Longevity. I believe some of you on the call are already using Longevity. So we are saying tonight, love your liver with Lonicera Longevity. And we all know, or we should know that by now, that it supports cellular health, glutathione optimization, cardiovascular health, healthy blood pressure, immune function, liver function, quality of sleep, antioxidant protection. Who doesn't need this? Who doesn't want this?
Exactly.
Honestly, it's a fantastic foundation for a whole line of products that will be coming along. So that's it tonight. That's all I have. On behalf of Liz, Deb, and I want to thank you for listening, and we're here to answer any questions or entertain any conversation that you would like to do.
Okay, so I think I'll stop sharing the screen. Is that good?
Perfect. Yep.
Okay. So stop sharing. There's everybody.
All right.
Well,
Excellent.
good. There's Deb. Okay. So, right, just like Adrian said, if you guys want to pick our brain, have any questions, and we want to make this very comfortable, relaxed. Give us your thoughts. What do you think?
Share any product experience you may have already had. We would love to hear that.
I feel good since I'm on it. We're taking longevity and lift, and it's really great as far as I can see.
You're looking good.
I know. For those of you who don't know, my mother sitting right there is 87.
Oh,
Oh,
God bless you.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Poor
Yes.
old lady.
No.
Oh my gosh, I would have never guessed.
No.
I
Me either. Good for you.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
Feeling great.
Hi, Liz. This is Julie. I think I'm on.
Oh, hi, Julie. I know I can't see your cute face, but I'm glad to hear
I
it.
know. I'm sorry. I'm having technical difficulties.
That's okay.
Me
My
too.
I was furloughed from my my regular 40-hour job because I sell wine and spirits to on-premise. So with that, they took my iPad back. So that's why I'm trying to do this from other.
Well, at least you're here and we can hear you. That's great.
Yes.
Yeah. I have a question, and I don't know, I may have missed this, and I know we're talking more about the liver, but I've noticed that and I don't know if it's because of this, but my eyes, I feel like my vision is changing.
Yes.
Could that be from this?
Absolutely. Yes, we've noticed that Dr. Rouse talks about the Lonicera berry and the maki berry being very, very important for eye health. Even people that suffer from glaucoma, macular degeneration, just improvement in overall eyesight, even the eyes can adjust from a dark room to a light room faster, and also improving night vision. So I don't know if you've noticed that, Julie, but I know my parents have, and then there was also something I was going to mention about that too. Oh, I've noticed I'm not wearing my readers as much anymore. I can read things a lot easier without my readers. So yes,
I
it
just
definitely
feel
could
like in general, my I have my vision isn't the best, and so every year I go in to get my eyes rechecked and re-examined. But it's like my contacts they're not working. Like I need them changed, and I feel like it's too strong. My contacts are too strong. Is that possible?
Absolutely. Yes. We've also known just in the past with supplements I've had clients take that they've had to actually readjust their prescriptions based on just the fact that their eyes are getting healthier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's where I feel like I'm at. It's interesting. I have I'm a pretty, I can tell when my eyes are off, and usually I feel like I need to go back in and make my contacts stronger. But I've been I've been taking it for a couple months, and I feel like they're too strong now, which is really odd.
Yeah.
So
That's a wonderful problem to have.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Julie.
May I ask a question about Julie's feedback that she just gave? This is Candace.
Hi, Candace.
Hi there. Okay, so as I sit here in my glasses, and this is perfect timing because it's time for me to go and get new contacts. So am I hearing correctly that after just a couple of months of using the Lonicera Longevity, is that the product that Julie has been using?
Yes,
Yes.
that's what I've been taking both products.
Okay.
I've been taking both of them, but I feel like the lift, I don't know. I'm just learning about the products. I just trusted the people that got me on to try them. And I just remember one of them helping with eyes and vision. My mom has had all kinds of issues with eyes, detached retina, all kinds of things. So I remember that, and I thought it was the longevity that was, and I'm experiencing it, which I wasn't expecting it.
Mhm.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
So what's the other product that you're taking?
So I'm taking, well, the longevity, and then the other product I've been taking is the lift.
Okay, the lift, okay.
And I don't know about you guys, but for me, the lift has been, it might be my favorite product just because of the initial, I guess, like, I take it about a half an hour before I go running every day. And it just, there's something about it that it's like, I can just really focus on getting my run, and I'm not as worn out or tired. I usually stop, like I run a mile, walk 2 minutes, run a mile, walk 2 minutes, and I don't need to do that. I can just run the whole thing. It's more like, and I'm really mentally focused with it as well.
Right. That's what I've noticed with me too, Julie. I know we're not really focusing on the liver, but the point is let's talk about what we're experiencing. And what I really found, well, with both products, just feeling really good. I noticed that, and I've been using a skincare that I love, but I have had a spot on my face. It's like a bump that's been there. It was there forever. The skincare, it kind of went away, and literally it is totally gone now. I mean, totally gone. You can't even tell that it was there. So, and that's just been since I've just been on the products a couple of months now, and I think halfway through maybe my third. But yeah, so I'm just trying to pay attention to the different things and how I feel. Sleeping really well now, and yeah, just been feeling great.
Excellent. You know, the milk thistle that Adrian talked about in the Lanacera, I mean, in the longevity, is very effective for the skin. Glutathione is also, you know, in the longevity, and that is great for wrinkles and for improving the skin quality and brightness of the skin. So one of the things even pustule acne, milk thistle is excellent for that as well. So there's just so much, you know, when Adrian was saying all the benefits, there's just so many things that these nutrients address in the body.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, what about you, Monica? Any questions? Anything that we can?
Well, I've just been, it's like I'm starting into my second month of longevity, taking 2 capsules a day. I really do like it. I think I'm starting to notice more things. I'd like to eventually, I talked to Deb about this. It's good to see your face, Deb.
No, you.
She and Lisa have helped me very much in trying to learn what I should do as far as the dosage for me.
Right.
And I will probably need a higher dosage because of the medical conditions that I have, MS and fibromyalgia. So anything that I can do that will help with this, I'm all for it, 100%.
Yeah.
And so I feel like this has been very good for me. What I liked about it most is, with many other things, there is a detoxification thing that you can go through that's really difficult on your system. I noticed nothing at all. I noticed that I just felt better instead of worse. So that to me was an absolute plus. And so I'm anxious to try to take it up another step when I can, and maybe add the lift at some point.
Yeah. Oh, Monica, that's great. I mean, it's,
You know, Monica,
meet you and see your face, Monica.
Oh, it's good to see you, Liz. I know. This is very exciting.
I know. My little Facebook buddy.
Yes. Oh my gosh. She's got this amazing post.
Thank you, Lisa, for having such a darling sister.
My pleasure. I just love all her stuff. Inspirational. No, I'm just saying you're just so inspirational. I've loved her posts forever. But anyway, for me, I don't like share any of these things, you know, on Facebook or anything like this. But for me, this is a daily struggle that I have. So I think it's been a very positive thing for me. And I have some friends that I've made through the communities, MS community and other ones as well. And I'd like to suggest it to them. I think it's something that could be really advantageous.
Yeah, fun.
Wonderful. Can I address
Monica,
that real quick?
Oh,
Julie,
I'm sorry.
I was just going to address really quick when Monica said that about the detox, that she's not experiencing the detox symptoms, I want to explain that a little bit. When people are taking nutritional supplements and they are unhealthy, they have disease, your body will go through a detox where you can feel like you have the flu for weeks. It can be very serious, and it can be very disruptive for your life. And one of the things that I think the reason why, Monica, you haven't had any of those symptoms is because there's so much of a focus on the liver with the longevity that your body is able to filter through toxins so much faster and more efficiently, and therefore you're not going to have those detox symptoms. So.
That definitely makes sense after hearing about that tonight. That makes a lot of sense. And that is thrilling because you said that beautifully. It does. I live in chronic pain 24/7. I'm never without it, despite the doctors I'm seeing and what I'm taking for it. And whenever you go through detox, you feel exactly like you said, Deb, that you have the worst case of the flu ever, all different kinds of symptoms. This to me was delightful. I felt better. I did not feel worse. So that's a plus in my book. So I was excited to tell my sister, wow, I'm in.
Oh, thank you. Julie, I'm sorry I cut you off. Go ahead, honey.
Oh no, I was just curious, Monica. Now, my mom hasn't started on any of the products yet either, but I'm wondering if there's any kind of, if you have to be careful if you're taking other medications. And Monica, I'm guessing that you maybe take something else for your fibromyalgia and your MS.
I do.
Okay. And is there, I guess I could ask Adrian and Deb and Liz, like, are there any medications you shouldn't be taking with these, or?
Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody was trying to get into the Zoom and I was trying to answer him. Okay. So any medications that you shouldn't take, is that what you were asking, Julie?
Yeah. Like, if my mom is on several different, prescription medications, can this interfere with any of those?
That was one thing that, Adrian and I were really, really excited about because, her being in her field and seeing people that are, have a lot of disease process going on, and me having to be very careful about recommending supplements when people are on medication. I asked Dr. Rouse when I sat down with him one day, and I said, my brother had a massive brain tumor. He's on 12 plus medications. And I was like, can he take this? And he said, I want to tell you something. He goes, please just understand, this is how powerful these products are and how natural they are. They are whole food supplements. He's like, anyone can take these products. I don't care what medication you're on. And even blood thinners, okay? You don't have to worry about being on the products. If you have a heart issue and you're on heart medication, you do not have to worry about being on either of the products. So that was huge for us being in, working with clients, that we don't have to worry about that that there's any contraindications.
Right. And that was key for me too, Julie, because, my husband, Joe, he lives with an irregular heartbeat. I mean, that was something that years ago they tried to get it to go back in rhythm. It's like, it's not going there. So he lives on Coumadin and he's on several other medications. So that was key for me too, that it had to be okay with medications along with my mom. It was something that this all had to work where there was not any concern. And Joe takes both the longevity and the lift. And it's been fantastic. In fact, it's really interesting. I can tell already, and he's just been on it, maybe not quite 3 weeks, his whole mood, and like now with us like locked in the house. There's been days. But anyway, he's more.
You're whispering, Liz. You're whispering like he's.
No, I said, don't come in the room. No, but I'm telling you, he has more pep in his step. He was like giggly. Just like laughing about something.
Back this up. Giggling.
I thought, oh my God, is this my husband from 10 years ago?
Oh, that's so cute.
No, I'm not kidding. I'm really paying attention to that because he takes them first thing in the morning, and he's been riding his bike every other day. He's doing 16 miles on the doggone recovery bike. And he feels fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
So fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm doing my marching in place.
That's good, Mom.
Excellent.
It is good. I mean,
That's excellent.
that's about 4 miles a day.
Well,
Right.
let's see, I have 8,122 steps.
That's a lot.
That's great.
Well,
It's one place.
I've been in the house all day.
Yeah.
Fun. So let's see. I don't know if we can, if Michelle or Stephanie Lynn or Kathy, anybody have any questions? Anything? Everybody good?
I can share something that Kathy had. Kathy, you had a question about the auric value.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, I received the answer from Dr. Rouse in a text just recently. So I'm going to read it to you because it's over my head. Okay. But this is what he said. He said, the actual berry has not been sent to Tufts University for auric values. However, the anthocyanins, such as C3G and iridoids in the berry, are equal to or more powerful than the grape seed extract with its anthocyanins. The auric value of these purple plants is rated at 2 million. He said that's 2 million. They quit counting when they realized the anthocyanins are recycling and recycling and recycling. He said, since we're undergirded with glutathione, another auric value plant in the millions, I'd say Lonicera longevity is beyond the 2 million and counting phase. Better than good and always sufficient. It's truly a super antioxidant. Dr. Charlie.
All right. Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. A long answer.
Right.
Better that you read it.
Yes,
Right,
exactly.
yes.
I'm not going to try to understand it. I'll just read it to you.
Well, and I have to share with all of you that I call both Adrian and Deb my business peeps that know the big words. They're just, like when I don't understand something, they can explain it. And so it's wonderful to be surrounded by people smarter than yourself. It's great. Great.
It does help.
Don't sell yourself short, Liz. Liz is
Yeah.
just as smart as all of us.
I can make a good invite.
Your own.
But it's really been nice getting to know all of you too.
Yes, to me,
Yes.
see your faces because Liz talks about.
Other than Julie, who obviously is not presentable tonight. Oh, no. she is.
And Michelle and Stephanie Lynn are hiding out too. That's all right.
I didn't know you could hide out like that.
Yes, you can like start have your video on. So
Right.
yeah, that's okay. So, but anyway, well, this has been great, you guys. I've really enjoyed it, and would love like your feedback. See if this is we are learning as we're going, like we do with most things in our lives. But we're enjoying this. We just feel it's really fun to have Dr. Charlie. He's so incredible, and what we're doing is basing these off of a lot of our audios from him when he focuses, he does a call. And that's the other thing is what we can lead into is tomorrow night, every Tuesday night, he does a, oh, that's so cute. Stephanie just said, I will attend when I'm better educated. Oh, cute. Hey, Stephanie Lynn, awesome. So anyway, so there's always a call on Tuesday nights. So if you're interested, get in touch with one of us and we can give you the link to that call. It's just a dial in that you listen to on the phone. And what's nice about it is he keeps it topic based, just like this was from his liver chat. And he just goes into, in a very easy to understand way. Yes, there's scientific terms, but he explains it in just such a great way. I mean, he's a Baptist pastor in Georgia, right? Isn't he, Adrian and Deb?
Yeah, he's the senior pastor at Liberty Baptist Church.
Right, and he just has such a kind of a husky voiced way about things, but you can just tell he's so passionate about this whole holistic, do no harm way of healing our bodies. It's just really, it's exciting.
And Liz, if we do want the slides, you can send us, I think you mentioned.
Yes, Adrian will take care of getting that done so we can then, and you can ask what, because we'll have the slide deck, Adrian. So
Liz, the one I just sent you, you can go ahead and send it. That's it.
Right, I know, okay, the one that was, I know, the one that had
You just opened.
made black.
The one you just showed, yeah.
That
You want me
one.
to fix that black?
No, I think I actually, that was the email before that I opened. I've got the one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so the one I sent you and Deb just before the call, that's the most updated.
Okay.
It's the best I could do. I can't do justice to Dr. Charlie, but I tried.
yeah. Well,
Great.
You did great.
Yeah.
I learned more
Thank you
about
so
the liver
much.
than I have in the last 77 years.
Well, I know, Steve,
Steve.
I agree, yeah.
It was a delight to have you all here.
I know, this was wonderful, so.
Yeah.
Do you
thank
know
you
what
so
your
much.
next, do we know what the next, like next Monday, what you're going to be talking about? Or do you need ideas or?
It's
Are you
number 2
looking
on the
for-
list. Liz, do you have the list handy?
Yes, I do. I can look right now. Yes.
So we're
can.
starting in order and we're just going to follow Dr. Charlie's talks for people who either didn't make it or wanted reinforcement.
Okay, the next subject is going to be the thyroid.
Oh, I'm interested in that.
Oh.
Okay, so then
You
we'll
won't
see
want to
you
miss that.
Right.
Very eye-opening.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
even I just, it's interesting because I've listened to one of his talks before, but I actually enjoy this more than one of his talks because there can be communications back and forth.
Mm,
So I think that this, as
nice.
long as we have slides like that, and you're a good reader,
Thank you.
you know,
Good.
plus we don't have to take notes, how good is that? And then we can, as we move along on this, we'll have more and more questions and we'll use the product longer and longer. So we'll have different ideas or different feelings about how that's affected.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
totally the vision, Steve, and we're so happy that you share that with us.
Yes. Yeah, it's
Thank
great.
you, Steve.
I have a quick question that actually Michelle just wrote in the chat to me. She said her biggest concern is always allergy related for her. She says milk thistle is in the ragweed family, and are there any people who have had any adverse reactions?
Okay, that's a really good question. When I was doing my research on milk thistle, it's actually, believe it or not, it helps to counteract allergy symptoms. So calming the body down from the allergic reactions that people have.
Okay, and I think she's still on so she can hear. So,
If not, you can make a note, make sure she gets it.
right.
She's muted if she is, so.
Yeah, that's a
Right.
great question.
Yes.
Okay,
So, taking that as a question, the last question
be right back.
just asked and answered. So it brings up misconceptions out there of all kinds of things. That would seem logical, milk thistle, it would seem logical, especially when we're looking at the plant. And yet it's just the opposite.
Mhm.
And so how often is that happening to all of us? I mean,
Mhm.
we really don't have the information. I mean, we like to think we have information. I don't know
Yeah.
how much of it's really valuable.
Mhm.
It's so true. When I was a child, the only thing that helped my allergies was stinging nettle, which, you wouldn't think that plant, would help me with, but that was the only thing that helped get rid of my symptoms.
Right. Well, and Steve,
Yeah.
this is the one thing I'm really watching with Joe, because he has allergies, and in the morning he is blowing his nose all the time. I mean, there's a Kleenex bottle there, and I'm thinking, I'm paying real close attention because he won't notice necessarily until it's like maybe totally gone. But because it's such a habit for him for decades. So I'm really watching to see, because I remember on some of those other calls that's what people were finding is they're just congestion. All of that was just really helping.
Well, and especially if you think about it with the coronavirus and how it is everything to do with your face.
Right.
Well, Deb, tell Steve or tell everybody what Dr. Rouse said about what they were doing in China. I mean, what?
Yeah, with
What's
the
their belly?
corona. Yeah, the Chinese are working with a formula to help counteract the coronavirus. And one of the main ingredients that they're using is the Lonicera berry, which is our main ingredient.
Wow.
Mhm.
So that says a lot about the power of it restoring the immune system and strengthening it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because it's, for, in Indiana anyway, at least the statistics that are coming out, they say most, we're over 70, 20% of the people with cases are over 70. But the scary factor is that 70% of those die. I mean, that's a huge, if you get sick with the coronavirus, you have a 70% chance of dying. It's not 50-50, like, oh, I'm on a teeter-totter going back. It's leaning way over the other end.
Yeah.
Anything that older people can get that's going to help this situation, or I've heard things like, don't take ibuprofen if you're, just all kinds of things. Stay away from sugar. I mean, there's a lot of reasons to stay away from sugar, but I mean, I'm surprised to hear it for the coronavirus.
It was really interesting. Let me touch on that a little bit. When ibuprofen, one of the things that ibuprofen does when you take it is it zaps your glutathione stores that your liver works so hard to produce.
Oh my God.
I know, sis, like, oh my God.
Now there's the tie. There's the tie. I'll be darned.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Deb, could you repeat that? I missed it. I'm sorry.
oh, sure. There's somebody's TV in the background.
You could do knickknacks.
Is that
Someone's
okay?
got to be on.
Okay, there we go. Julie, I was just mentioning that when you take ibuprofen, because the liver has to process it, filter it, and it recognizes it as a toxin. It's foreign to the body. It will zap your complete stores of glutathione that your liver has to work so hard to produce. So that's one of the reasons why Dr. Rouse has not only 100 milligrams of glutathione, very highly absorbable glutathione, clinical levels, in the Lonicera, in the longevity, but he also has 5 amino acids that help your liver produce more glutathione. Because so many people take ibuprofen, so many people take painkillers,
And that was another question that I didn't think about until you just said that about painkillers, because one of the few issues I have is just severe arthritis. And so I'm on a product called Meloxicam. And the more I think about it, with what you're just saying right now, would that be an issue to even take? Is that being counterintuitive, helping one way, but not so good in another?
Adrian, you want to touch on that a little bit? I know how you're passionate about that.
Right. I'm afraid to give medical advice.
Full disclosure, it's okay.
I don't want to make medical claims, but I personally struggle with some arthritis things, and I don't use any of those drugs. And I'm having good effect with the Lonicera, with both products I'm taking. Actually, I'm even taking a third, our product X, and I have no pain. This finger usually in the morning won't bend. I'm having no problems with it. But I don't say that lightly, right? To talk to your doctor.
Oh, no. This is something I've actually gone off for weeks at a time just to make sure that it wasn't an issue. And then when this whole thing came up, that's when I went off it again. As I had heard about the ibuprofen thing, and this was just, I would think, it's a stronger dose of that. And so I'm saying, now you're giving me a reason what it is, what it affects, and why. So that makes even more sense. There's nothing you can tell me when it comes to the nature part of it that I haven't tried before, because my father back in the 70s was given 3 months to live and lived for 12 years because he went to Mexico and did the whole treatment.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
And he survived that. And it was because they said, he had to stop drinking.
I have a quick question. I'm sorry, Steve. Mary Maxted is in the waiting room. Do we know her?
Oh, yes, she's,
Should I let her in?
yeah, you can let her in.
Okay.
I'll just have to send her the recording.
No, okay.
I just hate these waiting rooms.
I know.
No, they have to do. Sorry, yeah. There's Mary. Okay, sorry.
And I'm gonna have to jump off of here, but thank you so much.
Oh, great. Okay, Kathy, thank you
Nice
for coming. I mean, this,
Thank you.
I
Nice
was,
to see everybody.
yes, I appreciate it.
Yes,
Okay.
we'll be in touch.
Thanks.
you.
Okay, see you, Kathy.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Steve, do you mind finishing that?
No, I guess basically what I'm saying is that I've done a lot of different things that trying to stay healthy, and he was the one that really taught me in his dying that nutrition was the only way to really go. I mean, you have to start there, number one, with nutrition, no matter if you. I've been through weight issues all my life, and I don't have those problems anymore because I realized the simplest part was if you don't put it in your mouth, you're not going to gain it. You can try everything else and try all the different things, but you don't eat it, you don't have to worry about it turning into fat. And the doctors down there, that was the first thing they said to him.
Wow.
Grows out of the ground, you can eat it. Doesn't, don't.
Right. And yeah. And Steve has done just an amazing job with his health. He's found like the foods that really agree with him, that he likes. And I mean, it amazes me he can eat the same thing every day, but he likes it. So, but he makes his own, he makes a beautiful big, we call it Steve's gruel. It'll be lentils and dried peas and spinach and eggs, and it's beautiful. And he is as trim and fit and has taken, I mean, is as fit now, Steve, than you were 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I agree with you, and I want to just share one part of my pharma world with everyone. So for most of you who may or may not know, our physicians are not trained in holistic nutrition or any of the things we're discussing. Unfortunately, they're so overworked. Any training they get is by pharmaceutical company reps who come to their office. And as some of you may or may not know, any naturally occurring substance in nature cannot be patented.
Right.
So pharmaceutical companies are not interested in them. So hence their reps are not, no one's telling the doctors about them. Doctors are too busy trying to make a living. They don't know.
Yeah.
They're going to go right to the pharmaceutical.
Right.
I'm not saying pharmaceuticals are not appropriate, but you don't always have to start with the canon.
Right.
No.
Yeah,
That's
with the
the way to
canon.
put
That's, yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, as much as we can do to be in charge of our own health is, I think, key, you know.
Yeah, everyone on this call, you should commend yourself because most
Yeah.
people don't have the time to educate themselves to learn. And we're trusting our healthcare providers who don't even have the time to learn if they wanted to. So
Right.
congratulations to all of you for taking charge of your own health.
Yeah.
No,
I like to thank my sister because she's an amazing advocate for me with
Yeah.
what's going on. And anything that she finds, she sends my way. So I'm very blessed by that. And I've heard her talk about you in all of you in glowing
Oh,
And so I'm very excited to be here tonight. And one thing I did want to add is I've been struggling with all of this obviously for a long time. And since 2005 was when I was diagnosed, I tried, you're like a guinea pig because no case is the same and it has, different particulars to it. So many different things that I went on, as you were speaking about, that were recommended by doctors. I was worse on them than off them. So that changed my whole outlook on saying, you know what, I know some I must, but I'm much more skeptical and I would much rather go the holistic route. And this is my hope that I can get into this fully and get off of everything else.
wouldn't that be just so
Be wonderful.
Monica? Oh my God. And
I've
there's,
been with you for that.
Yeah.
May I raise my hand and share?
you can raise your hand. I got to figure out where the hand raising thing is down here.
I don't know. Thank you so much for sharing that. That was Monica, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course.
Okay,
you're
thank
welcome.
you so much for your testimony. Real quick, I was pre-med, believe it or not, and that's one of the reasons why we moved to Georgia years ago from north to south. And in the midst of that, we had several relatives who were suffering with, you name it, they had it. And my mom, when I went off to college, she ended up having Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Oh, wow.
And she decided, you know, after doing the chemo and the radiation on her lunch breaks, because she was corporate and that was the only time that she could fit it in, to do some research. And we saw firsthand the benefits of holistic health care. We found an herbalist who studied in Germany. She went on that. She changed her nutrition. Thank you so much, Steve, for sharing your story. You know, Mom had to be real with herself about, you know, the diet and exercise plan that was necessary for her. And I say all that to say, she went into remission. Her and my dad celebrated it. We didn't think anything of it. She said, I feel a little weird. I said, okay, yeah, go let them run some tests. The doctor came back and said, congratulations, that's morning sickness. It's not cancer. So my baby sister is 16.
Oh.
And I'll be 38. My next birthday.
Oh my gosh.
That's fantastic.
This is a perfect call.
Oh, that's
Our family, what's that? Our family has seen the benefits, and yes, there are some who haven't survived. We lost my grandmother to lung cancer. She survived breast, but lung came in and took her out very quickly. And one of the things that I can definitely say I saw in my pre-med program, I agree with Adrienne, who so lovingly invited me. Thank you so much. That we only spent time on the diabetes diet. We didn't go into any nutrition. I have a friend, Trina, who just finished her program, and she said, you know, hey, I need to pick your brain on nutrition and holistic healthcare, because literally they're still just doing the diabetes diet. That's all. And she comes from a family of doctors, and I just saw at a young age that there was no money in the cure. Pharmaceutical sales is big business. I don't disagree with everything that they do, but I definitely have seen with my own two eyes and the stories of other people that we've come across because of our family history, the benefits of that. So my next question would be, how soon can I get on them? That way, that way, you know, we can discuss later, you know, some of the things that I'm struggling with, and if this could be definitely something that could help me be a success story for not just our group, but for other groups who are struggling with some of the same things, who, like we all agree, just don't have the knowledge and don't know where to go to get it.
That's where I think that's where these meetings would be really helpful.
Yeah.
You know, people that just to listen in on the meetings and why they are good and what they can do to benefit themselves and their families. I mean, that's critical. I know the doctors, when my dad was in Mexico, the first thing they did was put him on massive doses of A, C, and E.
Oh, wow.
It came from Europe. They wouldn't even touch anything, and they'd run tests. I'd bring stuff down, and they would test them and say, don't use that. But they got from Basel, Switzerland, is where most of them came from, in Germany.
Wow, isn't that something?
And so, I mean, it would have killed. It would have, if they hadn't brought it up in small doses, it would have killed him. But in the long run, gave him 12 years, and that's
that's just remarkable.
So they basically spent 12 years smuggling vitamins across the border from
Right.
That's amazing.
Wow.
What a story, though. What a great story.
Yes.
Well, I love it. So Candace, so Adrienne, so you invited Candace on for today.
Yes.
Nice. And Candace, you live where again?
I live between Atlanta and Miami. So because of COVID, I'm still here in Atlanta. They closed all the gyms and I work in wellness. So I'm waiting for the gym to open back up on Friday. Test out the gym equipment and maybe I can get back to Florida. I don't know.
Right. Well, that story, so thank you so much for sharing that, Candace. That
was amazing.
That was excellent.
Totally amazing. Really.
And it really brings home what we're trying to do with this power hour, is just to have people on here that know people that, you know, can benefit from what we're doing here. And just what the information that, you know, Steve, that you've given us, and Candace, what you were saying is that it gives people hope that we can help people restore their health in a natural way.
Right.
And give people another option. just even look into it and feed off of the strength of others, right?
Right.
Mhm.
And I think it's really important for us to keep looking for and trying to find what would help all of us as we get older.
Right.
Because
Amen.
we never know when we're going to run across something that's absolutely incredible
Mhm.
Right.
and how to
Right.
pass that on. Because in the long run, what we end up doing that is make all of us better and happier and more hopeful. So
Right.
we're
And
not.
the longer that we continue to do these on Monday, the more testimonies we're going to have, because we will
Right.
be on the products longer and
Yeah.
Right.
be able
Right.
to see changes and share them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
A bunch of divine connections.
I know it. I love it.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's the
much.
Hollywood Squares. I love it. The Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
Hollywood Squares.
I
And you
know.
all, this is Mary that joined us late, and Mary, I'm going to send you the recording. I'm so glad you could at least join. She thought it was an hour later than what we had
Right. I
posted.
can
for
unmute.
us.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi,
Nice
Mary.
to see you. Nice to see you. Yes, Deb will have the recording she can send you too.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes.
And even the notes, even the slides, so that you
Right.
look at it and don't have to take notes.
Yeah.
Great.
Great.
And
Great.
come back next Monday when we're going to learn about the thyroid.
Thyroid.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
All over that.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yes. Yes.
Well, thank you you guys, and thank you very much for everyone sharing. I really appreciate that.
And you
Yeah.
too. Nice to
Thank
meet you.
you.
Yes. Yes. So much
Yeah.
fun. Thank you for having me. This was
Well,
wonderful.
This was
It's-
wonderful.
So fun.
You're
now.
part of our tribe.
That's
Yeah.
right. It's the tribe. Exactly.
It says we're starting a movement, right,
We're
Deb?
starting a movement. Okay, well, ladies, I think, let's see, we've got,
And gentlemen.
we've gone a little over an hour, so,
Good.
We'll
Well,
see you
thank you all. Yes.
All
okay,
right.
great.
Guys.
Okay, we'll send out invites for next week.
Perfect.
Okay.
Great.
Good
Thank
luck.
you.
Thank
Bye,
you all.
everybody.
Have a good night.
Bye.